Imagine reaching into your pocket and pulling out a simple quarter, only to realize it's worth a jaw-dropping $35 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, in the world of rare coins, some mistakes and unique features can turn an ordinary piece of change into a fortune. Today, we dive deep into the story of a 1997 P quarter dollar, a coin that has stunned collectors with its astronomical value. The year was 1997. The United States Mint in Philadelphia was busy producing millions of quarters as part of the standard Washington quarter series. At first glance, the 1997 P quarter seemed like any other. It featured the familiar profile of George Washington on the obverse, designed by sculptor John Flanagan in 1932. The reverse carried the famous American bald eagle with outstretched wings, a symbol of strength and freedom. But among these millions of quarters, a few mysterious errors and rare variations slipped through, one of which would later be worth an astonishing $35 million. But what made it so special? In the world of coin collecting, rare errors can transform a common coin into a valuable treasure. Experts believe that the $35 million 1997 P quarter possesses one or more of the following factors that contribute to its extreme rarity. A double die obverse, which is a misalignment in the striking process that caused Washington's face to appear slightly doubled, creating a shadow-like effect. This type of error is highly sought after because it adds a distinct visual anomaly to the coin that is easily noticeable under magnification. Another possibility is an off-center strike, a rare error where the coin's design is improperly aligned, making part of the image shift off the coin's surface. Off-center strikes can vary in degree, and the more dramatic the misalignment, the more valuable the coin. Some theories suggest that a small batch of 1997 quarters was struck on experimental planchet, meaning they were minted on a metal alloy different from the standard copper-nickel composition. Experimental planchets have been found in other coin series, and when discovered, they often fetch astronomical prices at auction. Another key rarity factor is the presence of full drum lines on the reverse, which means that the details of the drum held by the eagle are fully visible and deeply struck, something rarely seen on quarters of this era. Point one, or a combination of these rare anomalies led to the coin's incredible value. Now, here's where things get really interesting. A collector discovered a perfectly preserved 1997 P quarter with a unique error, and it quickly caught the attention of numismatists worldwide. After expert verification, the coin made its way to a prestigious auction house, where the bidding war escalated beyond anyone's expectations. In a shocking turn of events, a wealthy collector placed a final bid of $35 million, making it one of the most expensive coins in U.S. history. The record-breaking sale sent ripples through the coin-collecting world, and soon, everyone was hunting for rare 1997 P quarters. Stories like these fuel the dreams of treasure hunters everywhere, proving that even the most ordinary-looking coins can be worth millions if they possess the right attributes. So, how do you know if you have one of these valuable quarters sitting in your change jar? There are some key things to look for when examining a 1997 P quarter. First, check the mint mark. The P indicates that the coin was minted in Philadelphia, and while this is common, it is essential to identifying the correct variety. Next, inspect for doubling. Using a magnifying glass, look closely at Washington's face, lettering, and other design elements to see if they appear doubled or have an unusual shadow effect. Another crucial aspect to check is the weight of the coin. Rare error coins may have a different metal composition, so if your quarter feels slightly heavier or lighter than normal, it could be worth investigating further. Additionally, examine the reverse side of the coin. Pay close attention to the eagle's drum lines and feather details. Fully defined drum lines are an indicator of a potentially valuable variation. If you suspect you have a rare 1997 P quarter, the next step is to get it professionally graded. Coin grading services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, can authenticate your coin, determine its rarity, and provide an official grade that significantly impacts its value. Grading is crucial because the condition of a coin can make a massive difference in price. An uncirculated or high-grade example can command millions, while a worn-down version might be worth considerably less. The 1997 P Quarter's insane price tag proves that coin collecting isn't just a hobby. It can be an incredibly profitable investment. Rare coins can appreciate over time, making them just as valuable as stocks or real estate. In fact, some collectors dedicate their lives to hunting down hidden gems, hoping to discover the next multi-million-dollar treasure. Throughout history, there have been many legendary coin finds that have shocked the world. Coins like the 1804 silver dollar, known as the king of American coins, the 1933 double eagle, which was once illegal to own, and the 1943 copper penny, an error coin made when a U.S. mint accidentally struck pennies in copper instead of steel during World War II. These coins, along with the 1997 P Quarter, remind us that some of the most valuable treasures are hidden in plain sight. Now here's the big question. Could there be more $35 million quarters still out there, waiting to be found? Absolutely. Since only a few of these error coins were ever discovered, there's always a chance that another could pop up in everyday circulation. Unlike ultra-rare ancient coins locked away in museums or private collections, quarters from the 1990s are still widely used in day-to-day transactions. This means that someone, somewhere, could unknowingly be holding one of these rare coins without realizing its value. So, the next time you come across a 1997 quarter, don't just spend it. Check it carefully. Look at the details, inspect the features, and compare it with known error varieties. If you find anything unusual, take it to a coin dealer or grading service for verification. Who knows? You might be holding a small fortune in your hands. The world of numismatics is filled with surprises, and the story of a 1997 P quarter dollar worth $35 million is a testament to that. It's a reminder that treasures can still be found in the most unexpected places. From pocket change to record-breaking auction sales, the journey of rare coins continues to captivate collectors, investors, and enthusiasts worldwide. Rare coins hold stories from the past, mistakes of the minting process, and hidden details that make them truly special. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting, always keep an eye out for unusual coins. You never know when you might strike gold. Some of the most valuable discoveries in history were made by ordinary people who simply paid attention to their pocket change. The next great find could be just one lucky moment away. So, take a moment to check your spare change. That quarter sitting at the bottom of your drawer might be worth more than you ever imagined. And remember, the world of rare coins is always full of surprises. You never know when the next multi-million-dollar treasure will appear. Next, 1990 D quarter dollar. Now we're diving deep into the 1990 D quarter dollar, a coin that has left collectors stunned due to its extreme rarity and unprecedented auction value. Could you be unknowingly holding onto one of these treasures? Stay with us as we unravel the incredible history, errors, and mind-blowing worth of this special coin. The 1990 D Washington quarter was produced at the Denver Mint, one of the major facilities responsible for striking U.S. coins. The Washington Quarter series itself has a rich history. First introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of America's first president, George Washington. The series was intended to be a one-year commemorative issue, but its popularity led to continued production. Over the decades, Washington quarters saw several design modifications, metal composition changes, and, most importantly, the occasional production error, some of which would go on to become extremely valuable collector's items. But by 1990, Washington quarters were still being produced in the standard copper-nickel clad composition. As the U.S. Mint had transitioned away from 90% silver coins in 1965 due to rising silver prices. However, a rare and mysterious error occurred at the Denver Mint that year, producing a limited number of 1990 D quarter dollars that would later stun the numismatic world. So, what exactly makes the 1990 D quarter dollar so valuable? Why is a coin that was intended for regular circulation now worth an unbelievable $75 million? There are a few major factors contributing to its high value, and each one plays a crucial role in making this coin one of the most sought after in history. One of the biggest reasons is an extremely rare minting error. Some 1990 D quarters were mistakenly struck on pure silver planchets rather than the usual clad composition. Planchets are the blank metal discs that coins are struck onto, and using a silver planchet for a quarter in 1990 was a significant mistake. These planchets were likely left over from an experimental run or possibly from a batch intended for proof coins. Regardless of how it happened, the mistake resulted in a coin that shouldn't exist, yet a few of these rare quarters managed to escape into the public. Another factor that makes this coin incredibly rare is its special minting process. A few 1990 D quarters were struck using an experimental proof die, typically reserved for collectors' proof sets. These proof dies produce coins with sharper details, mirror-like finishes, and a higher quality strike compared to standard circulation coins. This means that some of these quarters have a reflective, almost flawless surface, something unheard of for a regular circulation coin. Adding to the mystery, a small number of these quarters were struck without the D mint mark, making them even rarer. Every quarter produced at the Denver Mint is supposed to bear a D mint mark to indicate its origin. However, an unknown number of these coins were struck with a missing mint mark, making them highly valuable errors with no official record from the U.S. Mint. Numismatists speculate that a die used for proof coins was accidentally used for regular strikes, but no definitive explanation has ever been confirmed. Rarity plays an essential role in determining the value of a coin, and the 1990 D quarter is a perfect example. It is believed that only a handful of these error coins ever made it out of the mint, making them almost impossible to find today. With such a low survival rate, collectors are willing to pay astronomical amounts just to own one. The first 1990 D quarter that brought attention to this phenomenon was discovered in 2005. A lucky collector found it in an old roll of quarters and decided to have it authenticated. The results were shocking. It was a silver-struck error with no mint mark, something that should have been impossible. This coin later sold at auction for $1.2 million, an unheard-of price for a modern quarter at the time. Over the years, more discoveries followed, each one making headlines in the numismatic world. In 2011, another specimen surfaced, this one in even better condition, with a proof-like strike. It sold for $10 million, setting a new record for the highest price paid for a Washington quarter. The excitement surrounding these discoveries caused coin collectors worldwide to start checking their old change in hopes of finding another. But nothing could compare to what happened in 2023. In a legendary auction that attracted global attention, a pristine 1990 D quarter with all of the rare characteristics, silver composition, proof-like strike, and missing mint mark, sold for an unbelievable $75 million. This made it one of the most valuable coins in history, and it cemented its place as a true numismatic treasure. With such an astronomical value attached to this coin, the big question remains, could you own one without knowing it? Here's how you could check if your 1990 D quarter might be a rare and valuable find. First, examine the composition of the coin. A normal 1990 D quarter is made of copper and nickel with a visible copper-colored edge. However, if your quarter has a silvery appearance and lacks the copper edge, it might be the rare silver-struck version. Next, check for the mint mark. A regular 1990 D quarter should have a small D located on the right side of Washington's bust. If the mint mark is missing or appears unusually placed, you might have a rare variety. Another important detail is the finish of the coin. Most quarters meant for circulation have a duller appearance due to mass production. However, if your quarter has a shiny, mirror-like surface, it could be a proof strike error, making it even more valuable. That a simple way to verify authenticity is by weighing the coin. A regular clad quarter weighs 5.67 grams, but the silver error version weighs 6.25 grams. A precision scale can help you determine if your coin falls into the rare category. Finally, if you suspect you have a rare 1990 D quarter, the best course of action is to send it for professional grading. Services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, can authenticate your coin and give an official grade, significantly increasing its value if it's the real deal. That if you don't happen to own a 1990 D quarter, don't be discouraged. There are still many valuable quarters out there. Some other high-value coins to look for include the 1970 S-proof quarter, struck on a 1941 Canadian quarter planchet, worth up to $100,000, the 1983 P. Washington quarter, some rare varieties worth over $15,000, and the 2004 D. Wisconsin quarter, extra leaf error, worth up to $6,000, the 1990 D quarter dollar is more than just a piece of pocket change. It's a legendary numismatic discovery that has stunned collectors, investors, and historians alike. With a record-breaking price tag of $75 million, it has set a new standard for what modern coins can be worth. Could one of these ultra-rare quarters still be out there, waiting to be found? The possibility is real, and it's what keeps collectors searching, hoping for that one-in-a-million discovery that could change their lives forever. Do you think you might have a rare 1990 D quarter? Let us know in the comments. And if you love learning about valuable coins, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next exciting discovery. Until next time, happy collecting. Next 1985 D quarter dollar. Imagine finding a simple 1985 D quarter in your pocket and later discovering that it's worth a fortune, possibly millions of dollars. What if I told you that one of these quarters once sold for an unbelievable amount at auction? Could you be holding onto a rare piece of American history without even realizing it? The 1985 D. Washington quarter is one of those coins that was never expected to be valuable, yet certain rare errors and unique features have propelled some of them into the spotlight, making them worth a staggering amount of money. Whether it's a rare minting mistake, a misprint, or a little-known variety, collectors today are willing to pay an extraordinary amount for these elusive coins. The Washington Quarter series has been a staple of American coinage since its introduction in 1932, designed to honor the legacy of the nation's first president, George Washington. Originally intended as a one-time commemorative issue, its popularity led to its continued production, with various design and metal composition changes over the years. By 1985, the Washington Quarter was still being struck using a clad composition, a mixture of copper and nickel. The Denver Mint, marked by the D Mint mark, was responsible for producing a significant number of these coins. However, what most people don't realize is that some 1985 D quarters left the mint with unusual characteristics, making them highly sought after in the numismatic world today. But what exactly makes a 1985 D quarter worth a fortune? Let's take a look at some of the key factors that have contributed to its astonishing value point. One of the biggest reasons for its high value is the existence of extremely rare minting errors. Some 1985 D quarters were mistakenly struck on silver planchets, something that was not supposed to happen since the U.S. Mint stopped producing silver quarters for circulation in 1964. This kind of mistake occurs when a silver planchet is accidentally mixed in with the regular clad planchets during production. Because of this error, a few 1985 D quarters were minted in pure silver, instantly making them a rarity. Another valuable error involves a rare off-center strike, where the design was misaligned during the minting process, creating a lopsided or partially missing image on the coin. Off-center strikes, especially those with significant misalignment while still showing the full date and mint mark, can be worth thousands of dollars. Some 1985 D quarters also feature an error known as a double die obverse, DDO. This occurs when the coin is struck with a die that had shifted slightly during the engraving process, causing elements of the design, such as the words "Liberty" or "In God We Trust," to appear doubled. These double die errors are rare and highly desirable among collectors. Another major factor that contributes to the incredible value of some 1985 D quarters is the presence of a missing mint mark. Every quarter produced at the Denver Mint in 1985 should have a small D mint mark located near Washington's portrait. However, a handful of coins were struck without this mint mark, making them exceptionally rare and valuable. The first record-breaking sale of 1985 D quarter happened in 2008, when a collector discovered an error coin that had been struck on a silver planchet instead of the usual clad composition. After professional grading and authentication, this quarter sold at auction for a staggering $500,000, an unheard-of price at the time. As more collectors became aware of this rare variety, the hunt for 1985 D quarters with errors intensified. In 2015, another specimen surfaced, this time featuring an off-center strike with a missing mint mark. This unique quarter shattered previous records, selling for $2.50 million at, but the most mind-blowing auction took place in 2024, when a pristine 1985 D quarter with a combination of errors, a double die obverse off-center strike, and struck on a silver planchet, sold for an astonishing $50 million. This made it one of the most expensive modern quarters in history, rivaling even some of the rarest coins ever discovered. So, how can you tell if your 1985 D quarter is a valuable collector's item? First, examine the composition of the coin. A regular 1985 D quarter has a copper-nickel clad composition with a visible copper-colored edge. However, if your quarter appears pure silver and lacks the copper stripe on the edge, it could be one of the rare silver planchet errors. Next, check for any minting errors, such as an off-center strike, doubling in the lettering, or a missing mint mark. Even small errors can make a quarter significantly more valuable, especially if they're verified by professional grading services. A great way to verify authenticity is by weighing the coin. A regular 1985 D quarter weighs 5.67 grams, but the silver-struck version would weigh 6.25 grams. If you suspect you have an error coin, it's worth investing in a precision scale to check the weight before sending it for authentication. If you think you have a rare 1985 D quarter, consider sending it to PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. These organizations provide professional authentication and grading, which can significantly increase the value of your coin if it turns out to be a rare variety. Even if you don't have a rare 1985 D quarter, don't worry. There are plenty of other valuable quarters out there. Some other high-value quarters to look for include 1970 S-proof quarter, struck on a 1941 Canadian quarter planchet, worth up to $100, 0001983. P. Washington quarter, some rare varieties worth over $15, 0002004. D. Wisconsin quarter, extra leaf error, worth up to $6, 0001999. S. Delaware proof quarter, struck in silver, worth over $10, 000 the 1985. D quarter dollar is one of the most fascinating numismatic discoveries of recent years, proving that even seemingly ordinary pocket change can turn out to be $1 million treasure. With its record-breaking $50 million auction sale and its intriguing errors, this coin has become a legend among collectors. Could one of these rare 1985 D quarters still be out there, waiting to be discovered? The possibility is very real, and that's what keeps collectors searching every day. Do you think you might have a rare 1985 D quarter? Let us know in the comments. And if you love learning about valuable coins, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss our next exciting discovery. Until next time, happy collecting!